How we doing?
Court? Where you posted a couple funny videos about your fall from the touchdown.
Yeah.
How are you feeling after that?
You know, day by day. I'm good. It's one of the things that come with it. You know, it's a part of the game. You take some tough falls, take some tough hits. You gotta, you know what I'm saying, get back up. You know, it's one of them things that come with the game. You know.
Where you obviously played for Vic. What are some of the staples of his defense that you could expect when you see these guys this weekend?
Yeah, them boys gonna be disciplined. They're gonna play hard. They're gonna fly around. You know, the guys are, you know, trying to get the ball out. They just do a really good job of, you know, taking the coaching that he puts out there. You know, I've never got to sit in one of his defensive meetings, but understanding how he talks about the game by itself, I know he's going to expect those guys to go out there and play hard, play fast, and that's what they've been doing. That's what allowed them to be champions last year. That's what allowed them to start the season fast so far this far in the season. So, yeah, it's going to be on us to make sure that we are preparing the way we need to prepare. You know, with a short week, getting everybody's bodies into the right spot mentally. You know, if you know, getting to the spot we need to get to in terms of the film study, the game plan, so we can go out there and, you know, be as sound in our execution as we possibly can be.
In the red zone in particular, I think they're third in red zone defense.
Yeah.
Have done well in the red zone offensively the last couple of weeks. What's the key to the matchup down there?
Yeah, shoots. I mean, what they do well in the field, it just amplifies. You know, I was actually talking to somebody earlier today about how when Coach Fangio was here, you know, that was one thing that if we weren't statistically in a high category anywhere else in terms of team stats, red zone defense was always something that he did a really good job at. And I just think it's the way that he coaches it. You know, he's a really good teacher when it comes to getting guys to understand his message. When it comes to whatever job they're supposed to be doing down there, they understand it, they execute it, and they just do a really good job at it. So it's going to be on us to make sure that we're sound in, like I said, our technique, our execution, the game plan, and going out there and taking advantage of the opportunities that come when they do come, because they do a really good job of making sure that they're sound in that part of the field.
Court, when it comes to you making contested catches, how have you developed that skill throughout your career?
I don't know. Reps. I don't know. Like, this is just something like I was laughing with Evan Ingram about it on Tuesday. I was coming in, getting some treatment. Obviously, my freaking back was all over the place after the game, but I was just, you know, telling them boys that, you know, it's a very much a let go and let God situation when it comes to the game. Like, you know, you hear the saying all the time, it's going to hurt anyways, so you might as well make the play. And so it was one of those things, like, whenever it comes to the game, like, sometimes I go up and I'm like, as I'm falling, I'm like, yeah, this was going to be one of those ones. But it's like, you'd much rather make the play than, you know, be hurting and not make the play. So I try to, you know, do my best to make the play for, you know, the team. At the end of the day, some of those plays that they hurt are some of those plays that gives the team the most momentum. And so being able to go out there and execute a play that, you know, you sacrifice from yourself, but it's also something that's going to help the team benefit, man, it's one of the best feelings, because you know that every guy on that field and every guy on that sideline appreciates the effort that you're putting out there, because at the end of the day, we're all putting our bodies on the line. And, you know, when you know that your fellow teammates appreciate the sacrifices that are going out there, it makes it that much more worth it to go make plays for the team.
Sean just was talking about how not playing fantasy football out here, he's not worried about touches, he's worried about getting the win. Is that something that a wide receiver room and receivers, sometimes it's not as easy to get that message across, and how do you feel that you guys are handling it?
Yeah, no, I feel like y'all boys should know myself by now, and I think that the identity of our receiver room kind of is a reflection of just a selfless room. It's very much a, you know, what do you need us to do? And I think it shows when you got guys that, you know, everybody has different roles and everybody has different responsibilities, but everybody's out there trying to perfect those responsibilities. You know, you got Pat Bryant out there blocking his butt off. You got Trent out there blocking his butt off. You know, you got Troy out there blocking his butt off. Like, you got guys that are out there, you know, they may not be having all the targets, but they're still executing the what's been asked of them in the game plan. And at the end of the day, like we understand our job, and I think that when you can have a group, we have groups on the team that can play selfless and understand that it's bigger than themselves. I think that's ultimately where you see the success in a whole. And so I would say that in our room, we're very selfless. We're very much a group that is, hey, whatever you need for us to do, we'll go out there and do it. You need us to go in there and do the dirty work in the box, we'll go and do the dirty work. You need us to, sit there and bump heads with this safety the whole game, we'll do that as well, And it's something that I think we take pride in. It's something that we enjoy being able to help wherever we can. I know I keep reiterating that, but I told you guys after the game, it's a lot of fun being able to see our running backs go run the ball, man. We got some great runners, and being able to do our part in that run game for them to be able to have success, it brings joy to us. Like, we're receivers, pass catchers, whatever, but at the end of the day, we understand that it's bigger than that. And so for us to be able to do our job on the outside is a lot of fun for us. And I know the fantasy owners hate me because I can give two about that daggone fantasy, bro. I'm trying to win games, man.
Last one.
Court, you've played in a lot of big games in a lot of places, in Super Bowl champions. Is there a different feel when you're getting ready to go into a place like Philly with just what they bring, especially what they've brought over the last couple of years?
Yeah, shoes. That's one of the few stadiums that I have not been able to play in yet, and I'm looking forward to it. I got to play there one time in college against Temple. Different atmosphere though, so I'm looking forward to going and play. I've heard all the stories, and I don't expect anything less than for their fans to show up and be loud, be rowdy, and everything that I've heard, I wouldn't expect anything different. And it's always fun. It's always fun when you get to go against the best. We sit here and watch. I'm sure everybody's watched any form of boxing, UFC, or something like that, and everybody likes to watch the fights where it's the contender versus the champion, and they're the reigning champions. For the rest of the season, until the next Super Bowl champion is crowned, they're the reigning champs. So everybody wants to go out there and fight against the champion, and so we're looking forward to the opportunity to go out there and fight against them in their home stadium, where we know it's gonna be rowdy. And I just look forward to it, man. God bless you. Just looking forward to it, and it's gonna be a lot of fun going in there. What they call it, the link, right? Correct? Yeah. Looking forward to it. I hope they don't get mad at me for saying it like that. But yeah, don't fight me. But it was an honest question.